What's going on, people? It's your man, the White Bee, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Martin Skirsis for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, Bosh, we got some controversy for you, man, right now regarding Fabio Wardley versus Justis Huni. Now, in my post-fight reaction video, and to be fair, most people have mentioned this regarding the Moody count, but we've now got more evidence. We've got the leaked footage, not the Moody knockoff, DAZN, Frank Warren, brown envelope footage, which was played on the night. I've never seen someone knocked down here and they switch it to what's going on in the crowd. Initially, I thought it was an estrogenic play. You know how they're doing it these days? These days, when there's a knockout, they scroll out the ring to be respectful. It's like, I get it. If I got knocked out, though, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, bro. I got knocked out. Put the camera on me. Let me get my shine, right? Let me get my shine. Because if I don't make it, at least everyone saw it, right? Do you know what I mean? Give me my 2 minutes of fame, right? End of the day. There's nothing necessarily disrespectful about it. And regardless of that, it's the paying Joe Public. I guess there's an argument, well, if you're out there and you're spazzing out, would you want to see, if I had a kid, would I want to see them spazzing out on TV? Okay, maybe not. If it was my dad, would I want to see him? I mean, listen, man, it's what you signed up to at the end of the day, man. At the end of the day, you got the masses putting coins in. Show the fight until it's over. Yeah, or at least the count. The ref hadn't even waved it off yet. Anyway, I've been waffling already too long. This is the official footage, the official Moody footage. I can't play it, but we'll do the kind of scroll through. Let me see if it's big enough for you, man. Yeah, that's pretty big still. You get the point on this one. So, Wardley looks at the floor. Johnny bashes his right hand over. Listen, Easter Island didn't have a stand a chance, man. Easter Island chops. Easter Island jumps in. Wah! He sleep. He touches the canvas. And then next thing you know, all I started seeing was a brown arm. I'm pretty sure. Any second now, there should be some Moody brown arm game popping out on you. Where's the Moody? Here we go. Okay, so he starts getting up. At this point, they're not even... Look, see what I mean? You just start seeing brown. Yeah? And then they cut into this. Literally. And we can tell the seconds, because look. Where is it he gets hit? So he gets hit exactly at... Well, let's see when he hits the mat. He gets hit, you can see here, 1 minute 29 left in the round. That's where he gets hit. His backside touches the mat around, let's call it 128 for argument's sake. 128 is when his back hits the thing. And then you get to about what? Here we go. So 5 seconds after he's hit the mat. This is the most critical point. The last frame you see before it cuts away from him for some reason. Bear in mind, at this point, we're only, his back hit the thing at 128. Hit the canvas. It's now 124. And the last thing you see, 4 seconds into the count, the last thing you see is Huni about to get up. We need to see that, don't we? Why would you be... Listen, Eggy Hearn and Frank Warren, we can see them 30 seconds from this point. It's not like, whoa, we need to wank off over what Frank Warren's doing. Yeah? That can wait 20, 30 seconds until the fight is complete. Okay? Frank Warren's not going to stop celebrating in 30 seconds. That's not... It's almost like the social mediaization of the sport. Oh, let's go to where the banter is. We're not really interested in the banter. Yeah, there's a time for banter. Banter's when the fight's officially finished. We've all seen it. There's no Moody brown envelopes. Like the Hamza Shiraz versus Carlos Adames situation. Where Turkey and Frank are going in there, looking here and looking there. And all of a sudden, Bosh, dude loses 9 rounds at least. And he gets a draw. This ain't that. Anyway, so we're 4 seconds into... Let's call it 5 seconds. Because the clock's now at 1:23. So we're 5 seconds since Huni's butt touched the floor. And that's allegedly when the count starts. Okay? We're 5 seconds in. 5 seconds in? And it's not like... Listen. If the last frame you saw 5 seconds in to the count was Huni. El Sparkeltend. Yeah? Like AJ versus Bonga. And even then, to be honest, I think if someone gets El Sparkeltend, it takes a while to process what's happened. So leave it on there. Do some close-ups. Yeah. Do some close-ups. Let the fans get titillated. That's what we're paying for, man. Our lives suck. Okay? Seeing some big mandinga spark on the mat. That's what keeps us going. That's what keeps the bees working, folks. Yeah? Zoom in a little bit. 5-10 seconds later, then start cutting to whatever else is going on in the arena. But that wasn't the case anyway. Huni wasn't splattered. If he was splattered for the last 5 seconds, you could argue, well, they didn't need to show it because we knew he wasn't getting up. The last thing we see 5 seconds into the count is Huni on his knees. We need to see this. What do we see instead? Bosh. We get the light skin. Wardley's light skin. I remember at the time, this is now 6 seconds into the count, and we're seeing Wardley's arm and a little bit of Huni here. And this is where it gets really fugazi. Because we're now, how many seconds is it? 7 seconds into the count. 7 seconds into the count, this is where it gets fugazi. We're 7 seconds into the count, and you can see Huni here on his knees. Normally, this isn't unusual 7 seconds in. Someone gets their knees, they wait until 8 or 9 and stand up. Instead, we get literally, look, on the 7th or 8th second, we get this. Yeah. Let's see what Frank's doing. They haven't even seen it. Frank hasn't even seen it yet. He hasn't even reacted. I don't know what's going on. So it says 120 on the camera here. That's 8 seconds into the count. And we're now officially... Look at Eggy, man. I'll have to show you. Look at Eggy. This is now 10 seconds into the count. So we're 10 seconds into the count. It's been 10 seconds exactly since Justis Huni's butt touched the canvas. Yeah? Critical moments. And instead, on the 10th second, we're seeing... And it is funny. I mean, I'm not hating. Everyone loves a good laugh at Eggy. Let's have a quick look at Eggy, because he looked broken, man. This is dread. DAZN did this guy wrong. Ever since DAZN got patterned up with Turkey, man, they've been doing this guy wrong. I remember the time when Eggy was on, yeah, before Turkey came in and got all these dudes on their knees, pause. Eggy was the man for DAZN. He's the one really everyone else was hating. Frank Warren was saying streaming Netflix is rubbish, and Bob Arum, all the promoters said he was an idiot. And Eddie was that was Eddie's peak, but Eddie was kind of carrying DAZN, to be fair. Yeah? And look at Eggy now. Look at Eggy now. Let's have a quick look at Eggy now. Look at Eggy. Look at Eggy. And the crazy thing is, Huni's team was celebrating, apparently. Huni's team was telling Wardley's team to wave it off, saying your man don't want... And I have to be honest, me and Michelle were sitting there, yeah, and we were saying... we were both saying early, like round 4 or 5, oh no, Wardley's going to get stopped. That's how it looked, honestly. So I don't... Well... I'm not in Huni's camp, to be fair. They're supposed to be more poised and stoic. We're just the masses being titillated by the fact Wardley might get stopped. Their team should have remained calm and educated. Instead, they started bugging out. Eggy was saying, yeah, telling Frank apparently, yeah, wave it off, mate. Your man's finished. Look at Eggy. He's seething. I've never seen something like it. Just watch this here. I'm going to go through it. Just focus on Eggy's face in his corner. Look at him. It's a bit like, I don't know, this face here it's that kind of, what word is it? Oh, I don't know, let's think of a word. I don't know, let's say you're in the club, yeah? Eggy's face here reminds me of, imagine you're in the club with your friends and you've stuck it on this bird and she ain't interested, but then you see one of your mates leaving with her at the end of the night. Yeah, just think of that, and that's Eggy. Eggy's like, he's not trying to be hateful. You know how you wouldn't necessarily out and out hate on your friend. He's like, he's not trying to hate on Frank, but in his mind, he's got that 5,000 mile stare, and he's saying, why can't I win a fight? Why can't I pull a bird? You always this light skinned Donny Jaquisus, he's always taking birds home. Why can't I take a bird home one night? Because this is the equivalent for Eggy. Why? When was the last time Eggy got a win? Look at Eggy, look. You got... Look at Frank's face. Frank's that dude, that light-skinned Donny with green eyes, yeah, called Jaquisus, who always be taking girls home. And Eggy's sitting there like, oh, that was supposed to be my bird. That's diabolical, folk. Look at this guy. Look at this stare here, look. He looks broken, to be fair. He looks proper broken. Look, he's been doing it for seconds now, look. Look at Frank, and Eggy's just like, what's happened to my career, man? Turkey really weren't lying when he talked about relegating me to pub games and snooker and shit and darts. Fat dudes meet bored and metal. Bosh! That's crazy. And I think at some point he kind of manages a moody... Eggy manages a moody smile. That fake, oh, I'm happy, really happy for your smile. And that's the equivalent. I'll try and find it quickly. We've gone off topic, but it's funny either way. The smile Eggy gives is like... The smile Eggy gives is a smile a fat bird gives when her good-looking mate gets married. You see that one? Yeah? If there's a gang of girls and there's one big bulbous Christmas turkey-looking ass female in the group, yeah, all her friends are getting married and whatever else, they're going to Zante and whatever else, yeah. The big bird's like, oh, yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really happy for you. I'm really happy for you, Holly. You must be really happy you've got a man. I've got a dog and chocolates. You know what I mean? That's a violation. Anyway, let me get to the thing where Eggy starts smiling. Let's try to find it quick. Before we get back to the point. Please put it on here, man. There we go, look. Really? Come on, man. Come on. You can't really see it. That's annoying, but trust me, it was there. Yeah, look, Eggy's like, look at Eggy, look. Look at Eggy, look at Eggy. There it is, there. You can't really see much. I'll try and get another, that's Eggy there. Where is Eggy, man? Come on, Eggy. Come on, Eggy. Where's the frame I'm looking for, man? Come on. That's very annoying. I can't find it, man, but trust me, it was there. I'm telling you. Look at this guy. Look at this guy here, look. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Anyway, let's now move on. Bosh. Where was we? We was talking about this Moody 10-round count. So that's the Moody DAZN footage. The point was, before we started digressing about the Eggy Hearn situation, we didn't see the count. Yeah, the count started at 128, and at 118, which would be the full 10 seconds, all we're seeing is Eggy broken. All we're seeing is Frank Warren taking Eggy's woman home with him. Yeah, and Eggy's sitting there at this point. Eggy's thinking, fucking hell, man. Bear in mind, Frank Warren was joking, saying, don't worry, Eggy, I've sorted out some top brass for you to do on Saturday night, because that's all you'll be doing. You're not going to be catching no more W's. So this is Eggy sitting there thinking, oh, not again. The missus is gone. It's going to be another lonely night with me and some of Frank Warren's East End brass being drafted into Brentwood, Essex. You know what I mean? Frank Warren's drafting in some top tier East End brass for Eggy on his weekend, on his kid-free weekend. That's diabolical, people. Look at this guy here. This is the kind of Eddie's sitting there thinking now, like, I wonder if Shelley's free. No, I don't think she's busy tonight. I think she's booked tonight. I wonder what Tanish was saying. He probably went a little bit more exotic this weekend. That's what I've heard. He wanted to do Taniqua. Anyway, listen, man, let's get back to the point. Serious bars for you, man, right now. Back to serious bars. So that's the Moody stream. The fact is, we didn't get to see. Man's been talking too much with hot breath, man. Bare dehydrated and shit. You must believe it. And Listen, we're 10 seconds into the count and we're seeing Eggy. Now we've got the leaked footage. Ain't no one seen before. Let's get the leaked footage up. Yeah? And this was sent to me by one of my dons who actually works at DAZN. Yeah, I know one of the cameraman who does the DAZN sideman footage. Yeah? And he put me on. He sent me this link. So, it's one... Oh no, it's playing. I'm hooked. Oh, it's finished. It's over for me now. I'm going to have to do a whole bunch of editing for that. That's truly wicked, man. No, not again. Why does it keep auto-playing for me? That's dead. What are you doing, man? No, I beg you stop. What are you doing? Why is it playing for? Whoa. Oh, man. Had all the links patterned as well. That's a violation on the masses. You can't play this without it playing. That's crazy. That is truly wicked, people. You have to bear with me now for a hot second. Let me find this link, this leak link. You might need a link right now. That's what you need. Where's the Moody link? Here's the Moody leak link. Okay, we got it now on Twitter. Deadass TikTok, man. Moody sweet sour platform anyway. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Here we go. Now, this is... We don't have the benefit of the clock, which is annoying actually thinking about it. We kind of need to see the clock, don't we? To count the seconds. I guess we can imply the seconds from the timer on this thing here. So that'll do for now. What I'll do, I think, is make it big as well for you, man. Not that you need it that way, but I know some of you grinded Donnies like it big still. Alright, here we go. Nah, I tell you, I don't know what any grinder man likes, to be fair. I'm speculating about what they like. It's one of them. Anyway, listen. Here we go. So Huni's jumping in, jumping out, leaky deaky, Johnny. Yep. Oh, that wasn't even the Johnny Bosch. Where's the Johnny Bosch at? Oh, we've seen it as Johnny Bosch. So Johnny Bosch. There's Johnny Bosch. Okay, he's back, hits the canvas at around 3 seconds on this. Bear in mind, this isn't scientific, obviously, but it'll do. It's at a 10 count anyway. A 10 count isn't 10 seconds, but it should really be more or less. It's to count to 10, right? People like to get caught up in that. Oh, it's a count. It's not seconds. You get a bunch of Nikos. Oh, it's 10 seconds. It's 10 count. Listen, man. A 10 count is supposed to be around 10 seconds. Bottom line. It's not supposed to be 30 seconds, is it? Or 15 seconds. I don't even know why they say count for. It should be 10 seconds-ish. Yeah? The aim should be 10 seconds, give or take. Yeah? Well, it should be like 11 seconds. That's what they should do. They should literally count to 11 seconds, which would incorporate a full 10-second period. Bosh. Anyway, so we start. Huni touches the floor at 3 seconds. He remains plastered. He's still plastered now. We're now 2 seconds in. So he starts trying to get up at 2 seconds. We're now 3 seconds in. We're now 4 seconds in. We're now 5 seconds in, 6 seconds in. No, we're not. Now we're 6 seconds in. That's interesting. Yeah, we started at 3 seconds. It's now 9. That means it's 6. We're now 6 seconds in. He's not far off. But we don't know how glazed he is. He looks pretty baked here. I'm not going to lie about it. What are we at now? He's 6 seconds still. Now we've just hit 7 seconds. This is the problem, I think. I think he's got to be getting up now. We're now 8 seconds in. He's kind of getting up. Just not hasty enough, though. Not hasty enough at all. We're now 9 seconds in. And that there is the full 10 seconds. Right, let's lean. Let's give him 11, for example. 11 seconds is here, and he just about gets to his feet, but he's hunched over. I don't think his balance is there. He looks like his legs have gone, to be fair. The refs waved it off. And he does actually do a little stumble. Let me see if I can show it for you, man. Oh, that's bare annoying, man. Come on. So he gets up. Why isn't it playing? But I'll take my word for it. I can't show it because this thing's bugging. But take my word for it. There is like a lame leg stumble. Yeah, it's a bit stilty. I'm not going to lie. Listen, I think the fight should have, even if he got up, yeah, even if he was a bit stilty, my base case is he should have been allowed to carry on. He did more or less make it. At the same time, this is the issue we have, you see. I mean, look here. We're now 11 seconds in since his butt touched the floor. And look how he's standing. He's looking over. He's looking over into somewhere else. He's not looking into the referee's eyes. For example, Ebenezer Tete, when he fought Fraser Clark, he got up and was looking in the referee's eyes and about to fight him. That fight should have been probably allowed to continue. But this dude here, Justis, his eyes are glazed. Look at his body posture as well. He's like hunched over. You do that when you're trying to keep your balance because your legs aren't there. I'm not sure how the anatomy works out, but that's the truth. We've seen it before. People on jelly legs, they kind of lean into it. I'm not sure whether it kind of lowers your centre of gravity or something. It makes you feel more stable. But he's not a standing upright man at this point. He's kind of a bit all over. His balance isn't there end of the day. And he's looking at the wrong place. He should be looking into referee's eyes and showing signs he's able to continue, i.e. hands up. Bottom line, his hands are still down here at second 11. His hands are still by his waist. Traditionally, well, that's the thing though. I think Fury had like an 18-second count. That's the truth. And even then, the Fury homosexuals were shouting, "Well, it's a count. It's not seconds." Well, if Huni had 18 seconds, I think he'd have got up and put his hands on his head, like Fury did. Yeah, I think there was a few times actually. Maybe I should look into that, but it's not a big enough fight to spend time on it. But I'm pretty sure Fury versus. Let's have a look actually, for argument's sake, since we're here. Fury. I don't want to zap that link actually. Let's have a quick look. Fury versus Wilder long count. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is the moodiest footage I've ever seen in my life. What's this? What is that rubbish, man? Come on, Twitter. Let's see. Please don't play it. Okay, let's have a look. This must be the third fight, is it? Or is it the second? No, this is the first fight. So Fury's back. We're doing the equivalent here. Fury's back hits the deck at 8 seconds. Wow, you saw that, folks. No doubt about it. Fury's back. He's on the deck at 8 seconds, right? Let's now skip to 18. At 18, much like Huni, yeah, 10 seconds in, at 18, Fury's just stood up and his legs are on stilts. His hands are down. He hasn't even put his hands on his head yet. Where's the hands on his head? Where's the hands on his head? Oh my God, they're giving him bear time. Crazy. So yeah, the argument is, well, it's a count, and you know, there's going to be some variance in counting. I'm not sure, man. It's 2025. A bit of a stopwatch. I don't see why, if it's supposed to be 10 seconds, just call it that, bro. You don't need this moody human rubbish. And there's also a lot of variance in. Some people say it's 10 seconds from when the punch lands, or some people say it's from when he hits the floor, and some people, you know what I'm saying? When do you start the count? There's probably rules, to be fair. I do believe it's when your butt hits the canvas. But yeah, I think it's interesting how Fury got the benefit of the doubt. He only just gets up 10 seconds after his count. Look, that is 9 seconds into the count. He's on his knees still. At 10, he gets up. Okay? At that point, the referee's talking to him, checking him. Fury didn't put his hands on his head. Yeah? So if we give Justis Huni the same benefit of the doubt, let's do 10 seconds in. Oh, was it at 3? Yeah, isn't it? Wait there a minute. Come on, man. Oh, pissing me off. Okay, yeah. So he's just hit the deck at 3. So at 13, it's close. Around 10 seconds in. Yeah, it's close. What was Fury again? Completely forgot. Don't tell me I've cancelled it. That's very annoying. Don't do this. Don't do this. Come on, people. Come on. Oh, it's there. Huni had his hand still on the mat at 10 seconds. Fury goes down. His back's on there about 8 seconds. So around... Yeah, no, Fury did actually... He was up-ish. 9 seconds in, his hands are still on the canvas. 10 seconds in, he's just about got up. Huni... 10 seconds in, he's ish. I mean, it's close. And at the end of the day, when you're a B-side, man, when you're a B-side, you've got to not get up quick, but you can't be taking risks like that. You can't be... Not like... listen, I'm not saying Huni wasn't playing it. We've seen people like, I don't know, Devin Haney versus Tank Davis, who isn't knocked out at all. He just don't want to fight. And they kind of gauge in the number. Oh, I got the number wrong. Oh, I tried to get up that fake one. Huni wasn't in a position to do that. So I'm not... Initially, I thought, yeah, it's a robbery and whatever else. But the count was 10 seconds. So if you... I mean... Yeah, we're 11 seconds into the count now and he's just got up. Was the referee bang on it? Were they super keen? They were super keen. Frank Warren had these referees super keen. I think he starts the count at like 6, but to be fair, you can see in this frame here, the referee's looking out of the ring. Because the minute someone's butt hits the floor, The guy outside the ring starts counting. The referee then looks over to his counting man to pick the count up, right? So he picks the count up, I think it's late, like 6 or something. Let's have a look. Seven, 8, 9, or was it 10? I don't know. It did seem a little keen. Normally, in my opinion, when the referee gets to about 8, yeah, if you're getting up around 8, they normally let it slide, because there is some nuance in the whole counting regulations. If you're getting up, the referee doesn't have to. It's not a hard count. It's not you get to 10 and it's over no matter what happens. Yeah? If you're showing good body language and or trying to get up, the referee can take a look at you and then decide to wave it off. Right? This probably was one of them occasions. He should have let Huni get up, because he was trying to get up, and then assess it. We saw it in the Fury one a second ago. The referee says, walk over there, walk over there. Yeah? Show me you can put your hands up. He did, bear in mind he was up, 6 rounds to 2 or something, or whatever it was. 8 rounds to 2. He'd earned that right to be given a chance. And I don't know, given how stilty Huni's legs looked, the referee might have said, walk over there, and he's on stilts. In which case, call it off. Right? The referee doesn't have to call it off immediately. So you should give these guys a benefit of the doubt. And or Huni might, given how humble Huni was, he might not have wanted anymore. He might have known how vulnerable he was. And he might have not given the right body language. He might have not put his gloves up. But I think there needs to be more. Listen, a referee only really needs to wave a fight off without doing them tests if the guy's sparked and or he's tried to stand up. And I think I've seen it before where some guy tries to stand up and he kind of face plants because his legs are shot to bits. Those are the times you say, okay, no count, wave it off. If a guy's getting up, have a look at him, especially if he's winning big. I've seen referees use that level of discretion where they say, okay, you're winning this fight, so you can have more of a chance. Now, if Huni had lost 8 rounds to 2, then yeah, what's the point? What's the point taking more risk? There needs to be more discretion in this based on what we've just seen. Yeah? And that segues me nicely. And it's part of the problem with boxing. It's so like, one referee's drum. Look at that one. Who was it? Ben Whittaker versus Liam Cameron 2. Cameron didn't even take a knee. Whittaker's just thrashing left and right. Whittaker, I mean, Cameron's obviously a bit dazed, but he's riding the shots. Thrashing, and the referee's like, oh, I've seen enough. I'm thinking, fucking hell. You wouldn't get, these days, yeah, you wouldn't get none of the classics, honestly. You wouldn't get none of the classics. Why? The first sign of trouble, they wave it off. Yeah? The first sign of trouble. Who knows? Huni might have come back and knocked Wardley out, unlikely, but that's what makes things great. Dude, go up, man. Let him carry on if he wants to. He might not. I'm not saying Huni necessarily would have wanted to. He might have known his legs were toast. That might be why he was humble, because he knew in his head, I would have got plastered proper if I'd have been carried on. Anyway, let's now segue into Mick Francis, who is Justis Huni's manager, promoter, or something like that. He came out red hot and aired out Frank Warren's alleged brown envelope game. He said the following. A furious Mick Francis said the team was set to lodge a protest, saying he just waved it off. I'm lodging a protest with the WBA. We haven't heard the end of this. I've already spoken to Eggy Hearn and Spencer, to Brown and alike, and they agreed. It's an effing world title, not some fight in the park. This is what I said yesterday on Sunday, man. It's a world title, and it's a world title fight. Dude was up big. Yeah. The way this new age boxing is going, it's almost like, well, you know, you've only got to knock someone down once as an A-side. Yeah. You can lose 10 rounds. If you get one knockdown, never mind knockout. If you just knock someone down, they'll find a way to... No, I've seen enough. We saw this with... Who was it? When Rolly Romero fought Barboza. That was shocking. Rolly Romero was the A side, but I think Barboza was the champion because he punched up O'Hara Davis. Barboza, I watched the frame by frame. Barboza, I'll show you, man, now. F it, we're doing a documentary for you, man. Right now, that's what we're doing. Let's get this documentary going. Romero versus, what was his name again? What was the mummy's name? Barboza. Boza. This guy's a million years old. A trillion million years old. I think this is it here still. Okay, here's the moody leak from Barboza. I'll just show the frame by frame quick. So, volley's in the... So he hits him with a left hook. The guy's on his feet. Some cuffing shots there. Pushes him down. That's dead. Oh my god, did he count? Is he counting that? Oh my god, he's counting it! Oh my god, he counted that! What's going on? Watch this now. Watch again. So he jab, uppercut. Barboza's on his feet, yeah? That shot didn't really land. Barboza's on his feet. That shot landed. Barboza's on his feet. That shot didn't land. Barboza's on his feet. And Roddy pushes him to the ground. There's no shots landed here. Barboza pushes him to the ground. Sorry. Romero pushes Barboza to the ground. And this cornball, Jigaboo, Sambo, Uncle Tom looking ass, starts counting. Counting? But watch, it gets worse. Trust me. This guy's counting a pushdown. This guy's counting a pushdown. Watch. Barboza gets up at the count of 8 or 9 or something like that. He's up. There's nothing wrong with him at all. Right? Nothing wrong with him at all. He walks over there. He's banging his gloves together. He nods his head. Yes, I want more. What? That's not even it. What's going on here? Why would they put that moody link on there for, man? Where's the real link, man? Why are they showing that for? That's bare annoying. I've spent too much time on this already. I thought that was the stoppage. Romero stops Barboza. Oh man, what a violation of the masses right now. This is a big violation of the masses. Here we go, this must be it now. This is a true leak for you, man. I'm putting you on this time for sure. There's no fake news here. Oh, the link's so moody though, it's so moody. You can't even see it on there. But that's all that happened. You can't even see it, even if I wanted to show you. That's bare annoying. I've never seen something so annoying before in my life. Right. Don't play it. Okay, here we go. Here's the full leak right now. So Barboza catches him with a left hand. Bowls the right over. They're having a good back and forth. Romero's swinging. Barboza caught him. Some glancing blows. Barboza's on his feet and the referee jumps in. This is one of the worst stoppages ever. Barboza's literally on his feet. There was nothing going on at all, honestly. Literally. Barboza throws a left hand. Barboza clips him with overhand right. Rolly catches Barboza back. Barboza's standing up, people. They're swinging, they're exchanging. Rolly's throwing shots. That last shot went over his head. Bear that in mind. That last shot goes over his head. Nothing going on. And the referee jumps in. I swear down. The referee jumps in, man. So this shows you don't even need to score a knockdown. Like Ben Whittaker versus Cameron 2. All you got to do as an A-side is put a flurry on someone. And bosh. You knock them spark out in today's estrogenic, brown, moody envelope era. Disgraceful. Yeah? Absolutely disgraceful. Now this wasn't as bad as... or Justis Huni's wasn't as bad as this one here. But it's a cultural difference over the last 50 years. You never would have got a stoppage like that 50 years ago. Either of the Huni one or this one. No one's stopping that. In a world level fight. For a what was it, interim championship? And a main event? Never. Sorry. 30 years ago they'd have laughed these referees out of the ring. Stop it for what? He's up. At least ask him if he wants to fight. He might not have wanted it, but at least give him that choice. Bare weird. Anyway, so his team kicked off, said they're going to do a whole bunch. He goes on here, Mick Francis, Huni's promoter, and says, and they didn't give Justis Huni the correct opportunity. Fact, Justis wasn't wobbly when he got to his feet. Speculation, but the referee didn't check him. Yes, he got hit with a good shot, and if he'd had enough... yes, he got hit with a good shot. And if he'd had enough, fair enough. But Justis was put in on a boxing clinic. They were looking for any opportunity to give this fight to Wardley. I think that's fair to say, to be fair. The referee couldn't believe his luck. Yeah. Eggy Hearn won't be the only one acquiring Frank Warren's moody East End brass. Yeah? Eggy Hearn won't be the only one. This referee here, allegedly, he got a few brass. He got 2-2 East End brass sent to his hotel room after this fight. Some people are saying. Some people are speculating. Not my opinion. Anyway, Fabio Argus Wardley he's commented on this whole situation, and he put the following out. For educational purposes, the count starts the second Huni hits the canvas. Now, I couldn't be bothered to check that, but I take his word for it. I should probably check that, but listen, I don't get paid enough, man. And it's the fourth official outside the ring that starts the count, and the ref takes his cue from there on where to start. The referee is legally allowed to wave the fight off whenever he wants if he doesn't feel the fighter is able to continue. It's completely at his discretion. So I don't like these corporate bars from Wardley. Argus Wardley. I don't like these corporate bars. Legally. I didn't say it. It wasn't me. I'm getting them kind of vibes. Oh, the referee's legally allowed to wave the fight off whenever he wants if he doesn't feel the fighter is able to continue. Well, exactly. That's why Barbosa got stopped. We can't be doing that, right? We can't have it where an A-side can pay a referee and there'd be no fight. Yeah? They'd just come in. Okay, what's your name? Fabio Wardley. What's your name? Justis Huni. Oh, Fabio hit him. My discretion. You can't continue. Bosh. You see that one there? We have to be careful with it's their complete legal and ordained discretion. Because where does that end? It ends. Look at this here, man. It's getting worse as well. Year on year, decade on decade, it's getting more estrogenic and funky. You don't even have to knock someone down now or have them proper out. You saw it. Barbosa was exchanging, and they're finding a way to bail people out, bail the A-sides out. And this cat here was a famous Floyd Mayweather referee. Is it Tony Weeks? I don't know, but this guy here was always shucking Floyd off like that. And we know that Rolly Romero's under Floyd. He's one of the few who still remain. So Floyd been putting this guy on. He'd been putting this guy on. Some more bars from Wardley here. Just making the count isn't enough. You have to be physically solid, mentally, and convince the ref that you're all there and ready to continue. Clearly he wasn't. The referee didn't try though. We've seen the Fury video. The referee tried to make sure Fury was okay. Gave him a chance to. The referee didn't do that. The referee had seen enough without really seeing enough, to be fair, at this level of competition. And the ref sends him out. Iron load. Wardley's talking tough now, he says. And then Wardley says, the ref would send him out. Well, the ref would send him back out to me. I would unload a barrage of shots, render him unconscious, then the ref gets ridiculed for a bad decision. Which outcome would you prefer? Yeah, but that's not... You hit him with your best shot, to be fair. And Huni's not got great chops. You did hit him with your best shot. The shot that I predicted you'd hit him with. The problem was, I thought you'd have him spark. He did actually get up. So, you tried unloading, a barrage of shots, no diddy, on dude, in round 1 and round 3, and you didn't land one of them. So I'm not massively long the whole fact that, or the statement, I'd unload all over this dude, and then he gonna be out, because you'd be goosed, Wardley. If you didn't, that's what makes sport entertaining. Yeah? After that knockdown, my base case would have been Wardley wins. However, that's not how sport goes. Because we thought, not even just me, the masses thought Wardley would he was a massive favourite. Like what? 4-1, 3-1 favourite. Bottom line. So when we don't see that, when you're not the 4-1 favourite, in fact, the last odds for Wardley to win in round 10 was like 16-1. It was, you were getting boxed up. So in the same breath, no one expected you to be a 16-1 underdog after starting a 4-1 favourite. Yeah, that's a 20-1 swing you've done in 10 rounds. That's how bad you were stinking the place out. The reason I explain that is to say, if Wardley can go from a 4-1 favourite to a 15-1 underdog, Justis Huni had a chance of surviving your barrage and getting to the end. That's what makes great fights. It's not Wardley's fault necessarily, unless it was the brown envelope. Unless it was the brown envelope and a few brass to the referee that did it. But without being conspiratorial, it's not Wardley's fault. It's not Huni's fault. But the referee is... Okay, let's say Huni... If Huni got seriously hurt, to be fair to the referees, they would get a lot of earache. Yeah? And everyone's parents turns up. Justis Huni's parents would turn up and say, oh, you should have saved him. And I guess living with that as a referee is easy for us to say. But people do... You can't really win in this game. If you stop it too early... Team Huni are complaining. Huni wasn't, but his manager is. If you stop it too late and he's rendered DOA, it's like, oh, it's a travesty. You're not protecting the fighters enough. It's one of them. You have to... I don't know, listen. How many men do you think died in a coal mine working minimum wage? How many men throughout history have died in a dusty coal mine making... minimum wage people? Many men have expired in a dusty coal mine. My point, at this level, for millions of dollars, if that, you got to let it go, man. If he wants some more, Huni might not have wanted it. Give him that chance though. Let's see if he wanted it or not. Yeah, people have died in worse ways doing their job and for a lot less. That'd be where I'd go with it. Who's crying when miners or whoever's doing some risky job, working on an oil rig or whatever, who's really crying for them? There's no... In fact, I've never really heard no public outrage for them kind of disasters. If there's a working disaster, they kind of spin it and turn it into an environmental issue. No one's really saying, oh, it's awful how these dudes got smoked. That's what men's supposed to do, get smoked, so it's one of them. Anyway, I think we've covered the bars here. To be fair, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this. Some people stop it. Yep. Oh yeah, that's the last thing. I cucked you, man. The last thing is they've launched an official protest over the refs count with the WBA. I just want to say quickly, that's not going nowhere. Never. It wasn't that. And even if it was that bad, look at Barroso. That was the worst one of all time I've seen. Watch this fight. I can't show you the footage, unfortunately, but watch this fight, yeah? This one here is the worst stoppage of all time I've ever seen, okay? And on that basis, they didn't overturn this. So you can forget about it. And I think this was for a real world title. This was. I believe it was a WBA as well. Rolly Romero fought Barboza for a real WBA world title. And it was the moodiest stoppage ever. And that didn't get overturned. This was the one that would get overturned if there was ever. This one here, there's enough reasonable doubt to think... it should have been stopped. I'm on the fence. I tend to lean more towards sovereign citizenship, yeah? Where you have your rights endowed to you by Odin, the god of war. So I'd have had it carry on, but that's me. If you're estrogenic, if you're low T, if you're Joe Public, pumped full of estrogen, then you probably think, you're probably panicking and trying to save his ass. So you can have it either way anyway. Smash that button, subscribe, like the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about it. Some people stop it. Yep. Bosh.